Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm going to show you how to download, register and install GNS3. GNS3 is an emulator software. You can have it either as a virtual machine or a GUI client, and you can actually use a real device image from Cisco, from other vendors, and you can run it there. So whatever version, either the VM or the client, the GUI, whichever you choose, it's a good place if you don't have physical devices to learn the real iOS operations. In the networking series, there's a playlist I created where I show real scenarios, but using a simulator, the Cisco Packet Tracer. There are some limitations there. If you really want to get your hands on an emulator where you can do real iOS device operations, GNS3 is a good place to start. There are other products like EVNG, but I have selected this one because a lot of you may be using a laptop or a machine with lower capacity CPU memory, and those other platforms, they might need some high usage of CPU, disk space, a lot of other things, but you need to start somewhere that's easy and convenient. So GNS3 is one option. Personally, I would prefer to use it when you're starting. So if you Google GNS3, then you see gns3.com. If you click on that page, then it takes you to this download page. The download page, you need to create an account. After you create the account, it will give you the options to download. So when you log in, it will give you the Windows version of it, Mac OS version of it, and then Linux. So I'm going for the Windows. If I click on there, it asks me to log in. I have an account I created and then I downloaded the image. So what I'm going to do, I will show you the version I downloaded, which is right here. It's version 2.2.52. So all in one, this is the client I'm after. There's also the Mac version of it over here. So the one we need, it's not the VM. If you want to do the VM, you have to download the VM as well. So if you right click and run as administrator, then it asks you this message to allow if you want to install it on your machine. Then continue. And here you have to set, it's showing you the setup. So click next, then you agree with the license if you read all. Then next, the name you want to call, that will be in your C drive, for example, wherever you choose, and it will be it will have that file name. Then we need the web client I need, of course, and GNS3 VM, I don't need it. So at the moment, desktop, I want to have it on the desktop, and then next, this is where it's going. Program file is GNS3. Then when you finish the installation, there are other products in there like Wireshark. You can install. There are other products I'll show you. So whichever you want to use, just use probably the full version. Then that gives you a platform you can practice your networking skills. So the message comes here. It says we have Nmap. Do you want to use it? Yes, we will do Nmap as well. And then these two options, let me see. Yeah, it's going to do that. That's fine. I'll do the defaults. Then that concludes the Nmap installation, and then it continues with the GNS3. So in the middle, you will see pop-up windows asking you to install other products that are with the GNS3. They're coming from other vendors, of course, but if you need them, you can get those add-ons. So that's all good. So if we say next, that's complete. Then it might ask us another product, the Wireshark. So we wait for that. Okay, so this window comes. Let's minimize this. This window comes, and I'm not installing SolarWinds, so I would say I don't agree with that. So let's say cancel, and that continues with the rest. So it's installing PuTTY. I don't accept that either. So we're not installing any SolarWinds here. If you want to, you can do that. So it says SolarWinds standard tool list. Do you want to do, would you like 20 plus network performance management monitoring and troubleshooting tools for free? Not really. So next. And then I don't want to start now, but finish. Okay, so now GNS3 is installed. So if we do, if you right click and then run as administrator, I'm doing that for a reason which you will learn later. So click next. GNS3 will start. Okay, it looks for a port to connect to your machine. It's a virtualized environment. If that port doesn't work, it's probably maybe some other application is using it. You can go to the settings and change the port. Maybe choose another port. Just check the net start from your computer and see if that port is in use for some other applications. Now, and that if it works for you, that's perfectly fine. If not, then you keep changing the ports until you get that one that works. So there you go, you have an application, GNS3 application running. In another video, I'll show you the settings and how you add an iOS images for routers, switches, things like that, even firewalls. But for now, that's the completion of the installation of GNS3. So thank you for your time and see you in another video.